Alright, so today we're gonna make daal chaval, the easiest, most comforting meal on the planet for me. So it's super easy. We're gonna start with about a cup of toor daal, split pigeon peas. There you go. Throw it in. We're gonna wash this. You wanna make sure that the water runs clear. We're gonna turn it on to a nice medium heat. Throw in about maybe 2 cups of water because you're gonna let it boil out. We're gonna add 1 spoon of turmeric. I'm gonna put in maybe 2 chili peppers. You don't have to put these in. So the key to any good dal is the tempering that you do. And this is where all the flavor comes from. For the tempering, we're gonna slice onions. We're gonna use mustard oil for the tempering because it adds a really nice mustardy flavor. And we're also gonna be adding mustard seeds into this. So chili peppers, ginger, and garlic are kind of key to most Indian cooking. So I'm adding 2 chili peppers. I'm gonna cut them, oh, this tiny knife. It's for peeling my ginger, but still. We're gonna add this in as well. Again, you don't have to add the chili peppers if that's not your thing. So you've got 2 pieces right here. And then go ahead and chop it a little more so you don't get pieces in your mouth, unless you like pieces of ginger in your mouth. It is an acquired taste. I personally just like for it to impart the flavor and its benefits. I don't necessarily want pieces of it in my mouth. So you can see here, I have cut up about 2 tablespoons of ginger. Throw that into the dal. We're gonna throw in some garlic because life's always better with garlic. I'm gonna put in 2 cloves, not making it overly garlicky. So this is gonna have a lot of flavors in it. We're putting ginger, garlic, onions, mustard, and hing, which is also known as aesofoetida. And that too is an acquired taste. It's very specific. It's kind of a very intense garlicky taste, I guess. And I love it. It's an absolute fabulous digestive. So in fact, we sometimes will crush this and rub it on a baby's belly button. Just if he's a gassy, colicky baby, you make a paste out of it and you rub it on the belly button. Great. So we're gonna add in the sliced onions for the tadka. Forgot to throw in the salt in the dal. 1 teaspoon of salt. We can add more later if we need to. All right, meanwhile, we're gonna make, the accompaniment is a hot cabbage salad. So you're gonna take your cabbage, take out the center core of the cabbage, thin slices on the cabbage. And the cabbage we're going to do in mustard oil too. So cabbage is a part of the mustard family and it complements each other. So if you cook your cabbage in mustard oil, you just kind of double the joy. 3 cups of cabbage, 3 chili peppers, and a thumb-sized piece of ginger. We're going to use mustard oil for the cabbage, so go ahead and turn that on. Grab your mustard oil, about 2 tablespoons. I'm going to add 2 chili peppers. All right, into the onions, I am going to put a little bit of the aesofoetida. So it's a resin and it's dried. You can get powdered version as well, that's fine. While I wait for the oil to heat up, I'm just going to crush my aesofoetida so I can smell that. Gorgeous. So let's go with 2 spoons of cumin seeds, 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds, and throw this in. So this comes out more like a salad. I'm not adding turmeric in this one. You can, I don't. This is a hot salad that I serve as a side to a lot of my rice dishes because it's just the perfect accompaniment. And we're going to add the cumin seeds into this tempering. A little bit of mustard seeds here as well. And we're going to add curry leaves. So these are available at your local Indian store. Totally worth it to get them. You can get dried ones. They're not as flavorful and you need to add a little bit more. But they definitely add an oomph. If you can't find them, don't worry about it. Let this cook. I'm going to add the tomatoes. And we're just going to let this kind of cook. I'm not adding this immediately to the dal until the dal is thoroughly softened. See here what the tempering looks like. I'm also going to add a spoon of onion seeds into this one. Cook that good. And the dal is still going. It's still cooking. It needs probably, you can see here, it's still separate and individual pieces. They haven't given up their integrity. You want to probably let it go for another 15 to 20 minutes so it becomes nice and creamy. So you can see here what the cabbage looks like. All right, so we're gonna start to wrap this meal up. I'm gonna dice up some tomatoes and we're gonna throw that into the cabbage. You don't want them to really cook down. You want them to maintain some of the integrity of the tomato, and that's also why I use the cherry tomatoes, so that there's more heft and bite in the tomatoes rather than just pulpiness. And we just kind of really quickly heat it through with the cabbage. Then you can throw in some toasted coconut and some toasted almonds right on top as you serve. If you don't have either of those things, don't even worry. All right, so I've heated up the dal and I've heated up the tempering. So we're gonna go ahead and throw the hot temper into the hot dal. So this is where all the flavor comes from. You can see the dal is nice and liquidy and creamy and soft. That's what you want. You want to throw this in at the same time. So they both should be hot for maximum flavor. Just toss it in there. Throw some of the dal back into the pot to make sure you get all those flavors, and then stir it in. This is the best part of dal, and this is why it comes out so delicious. All right, I don't have toasted coconut, but I do have raw coconut, so I'm going to go ahead and throw those in and cook them in a little bit so it gets crispy. So it cooks. And then I'm going to add in the tomatoes. The coconut only gets crispy if you toast it a little bit. And I suppose I could have done that, but I was just feeling lazy. The coconut does impart its own flavor and it's delicious. So go ahead and stir it all up. Everything is ready to serve.